Hi, I'm Jackie Partridge from Jackie Partridge Art. Today we're going to be painting a snow-covered tree, perfect for winter as well as beginner painters. So I'll be using my 1-inch flat brush, a number 6 round brush, and a round brush for details. I'm painting on a canvas paper. I'll be using titanium white, some cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, Mars black, some cadmium red, a bit of primary magenta, some Naples yellow, as well as some cadmium yellow. To start, we're going to paint our sky. So I'm going to be mixing some cadmium red with some cobalt blue to make a nice purple, and then we can add some white to that and get more blue. And our white. I am painting horizontally, and you want to do about 2 coats to make it nice and covered. Then we're going to use our straight cobalt blue. I'm not cleaning my brush, I'm just mixing it and blending it together. And then you can add a bit of titanium white. And we're going to carry some of that color down to the snow down here. So just wipe off your brush like that. Then you can add in some titanium white. You can mix in a little bit of gray in some areas as well. You need lots of white. A little bit of gray in some areas. Some more white. And it's kind of nice to have some areas with thicker paint, just a little bit more paint, just to add some more texture. When you're painting snow, you don't just want to use straight white. And I have a video about 5 tips for painting snow that I can link in the description. Then we just want to kind of do another coat of paint. okay if the color isn't as the same as before. It's just going to add more interest. And then our cobalt blue. By doing another layer, we're also just adding more colors and more variety. Can you get your brush a bit wet? More cobalt blue, bit of water. I'm just adding some water to help blend my paint in. Add a bit more white to that. Some nice long horizontal strokes. Okay. Now I'm going to paint my kind of sun or moon, whatever you want to add there. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Naples yellow, or you could add some white to your yellow. I'm just going to add a little bit of extra white to make it a bit lighter. And you can always go over it once that blue dries. This is just mapping it out. Okay. Over here we're going to paint some trees. I'm going to use a bit of ultramarine blue mixed with a bit of black and titanium white. Using my detail brush. Actually going to switch to a thinner brush. And just have some branches and coming off the page. You can work from a picture to kind of help you. And add some shrubbery. Then you can just mix a bit of white in with it. Just going kind of quickly. In the distance, so it doesn't need to look super realistic. Let parts of the sky show through. Then you can go back and then just add a bit of white for where the snow is. Use your thin brush. Just gonna dab it on. You don't want to cover it completely, just near the tops. And we're going to paint our bigger tree. Just draw a nice line like so to map it out. And I'm just going to start at the top. Keep it kind of thicker near the trunk of the tree. You don't want it to look too perfect. Let parts of the sky show through. And just kind of go quick. It helps if you kind of hold your brush near the end of the brush so that you're a little bit more loose and less controlled. Can let the branches go off the page. I'm just using straight Mars Black, and then we're going to add the snow afterwards. Towards the base of the tree, the branches are going to get thicker and longer. So once you're happy with the shape of your tree, you can go in and add some white paint. We're going to put it near the ends of the branches. You can wait for the paint to dry, or you can just add a little bit more of extra paint, which is just going to create a nice texture. And you don't want it to look too perfect. You can kind of add some more chunks of snow in some area. Some branches can have a bit less. Do both sides. Just kind of globbing it on. Some parts can have a bit more snow. And a bit more snow at the base here. A bit of a shadow. Can go in and add a bit of blue to the snow, some cobalt blue. Can blend it in with some white. If you want, you can add some clouds as well, or you can just leave it how it is. Add a bit of white, and make sure to let part of the sky show through. using a very dry brush, not a lot of water on it. And a bit of the purpley color and blue. You don't want to have too much paint on your brush. Cover up the sun or moon, whatever this is. I think it looks more like a moon. That, and we can just touch up our moon with a little bit of extra paint. Just want to mix that again. Now that it's dry, add a bit more white. And I'm going to add a little bit of white to this tree over here. And just think about where the snow kind of tends to collect on the branches. And a bit of shadows. do some touch-ups. And there you have it, our snow-covered tree. If you like this painting, be sure to like it and to subscribe to my channel to see new painting tutorials and acrylic tips for beginner painters. Thanks for watching and happy painting.